Hey internet! It's me, Abby. I have not been on YouTube for a really long time and that's really bad. But I'm back today. So today I'm just going to be discussing how I felt about getting my tonsils out, how the procedure went and what kind of things I did to look after myself, avoid infection or anything like that. So I'll just talk you through when I had them out. So I had them out on the 17th, on the Thursday, and it was just at a private hospital in the city. I basically just went down there in my pyjamas, waited in the waiting room, went in, waited again and then met with one of the nurses, and I basically just had to discuss any medications I'm taking. They had to make sure that I'd fasted from the night before. Because I do take medication, I was allowed to have a little bit of water in the morning to swallow them, so that's completely fine if you're on medication. They just discussed like height, weight, things like that, and then they basically just ran through how the procedure was going to go, how I would be put to sleep basically, and I asked that I would have the mask because I really don't like needles. So when that was done, I had the anaesthetist come in, and that's when I went into more detail about how the surgery would go, how long it would take, what it would feel like when I woke up, things like that. So she basically just said, we know you want the mask, we've got that prepared. And she said, we'll pop the needle in when you're asleep, that'll keep you asleep, and when you wake up you won't feel it. So all that was done. My dad walked me into the surgery room, theatre, whatever. After that I basically hopped on the bed. I was really nervous at this point. I'd been doing really well the entire 2 weeks I knew about it. Wasn't nervous at all. As soon as I saw the bed I freaked out, but I sat on it, and after like 2 or 3 minutes I laid down and I popped the mask on. I remember saying to them, it's not working, and she said to me, well, I'm just going to turn it up now, and she turned it up and I was gone, and I don't remember a thing. I just remember that. Waking up I was very drowsy and obviously quite drugged up from the mask and the fluids going in and things like that, but I didn't feel a lot of pain. I had an icy pole in my hand and I don't remember how that got there. And apparently I kept like nodding off and coming back into consciousness, and my dad thought this was a great time to get a video of me talking about a cat and an accountant. I have no idea. I'm going to insert that video right now. Love you Toby, so brave. Mwah.
You okay?
Yeah, I can breathe now.
Good.
Why did God make the tonsils if we don't need the tonsils?
I don't know.
And the other things like the appendix, that's the one. Ah, dear me. What was he doing? And the accountant thought that was his chair, but it's not.
Whose chair?
The cat.
What cat?
I don't know. The tabby cat. It makes sense in my head.
Okay, so that was me waking up from surgery. Good job, Dad, for having the video camera handy. Video camera? Who uses a video camera? iPhone handy, sorry. Well done. That's all I can say. I then put that on Facebook because, hello, it's funny. I have no idea why I was talking about a cat or an accountant. Accounting does not interest me in the slightest, and I'm more of a dog person. Sorry, internet. After a couple of hours, I did start to feel quite hungry because obviously I hadn't eaten. They do say like they don't recommend having dairy because it builds up a lot of mucus in the back of your throat, and obviously that's not what you want when you've just had a tonsillectomy. So basically I remember I was given a couple more icy poles, and I did have a little bit of ice cream just to soothe it slightly, but I didn't really eat it all. And then later that night I was feeling pretty okay, pretty relaxed, not in too much pain. I was getting a little bit nauseous at times, so through my drip in my hand I was just given some anti-nausea medication, so that helped quite a lot. I tried to eat dinner, but it just tasted so bland. It wasn't because I was sore, it just tasted bland, so I couldn't eat it. But I just had another icy pole. My parents visited me later that night, but I was really, really sleepy, and apparently I called a couple of my really close friends, but I do not remember that. I only remember calling one of them, so that was obviously when I was a bit more sober. And apparently that was quite a funny experience for them. Later that night I did start feeling more and more nauseous, and I wasn't too sure why. I did drink a lot of water though, because they encouraged it a lot obviously, although a lot of people don't because it's sore. I drank a lot, and that night I ended up saying, oh, you know, I feel a little bit sick, and 2 minutes later I vomited a litre. So I felt a lot better when that was over, let me tell you that. Had some more anti-nausea, felt fine. I didn't sleep that night, but I did watch Dance Mums over and over again because I downloaded the latest one, so that was great. I had the cutest kids in the room with me as well, so we were like having little chats and stuff, so that was really nice. And the nurses kept coming to check on you because you're not by yourself, they always check on you. And so if you're worried about not having a family member there, if they can't spend the night, don't stress about it, because there's going to be someone there. And even the kids that had their mum there, she came and asked me if I was okay a few times and things like that, so that was really nice. Going home the next day was really good because I felt quite alive, which is apparently a bit strange because you're supposed to be feeling a bit groggy. My best friend came over to visit me and just was shocked at how alive I was. Although the next day, that's when the pain started to kick in. I was given painkillers, and I was also given just normal Panadol. The painkillers were prescribed, had normal Panadol, and I also had an antibiotic that was given. Antibiotic was 3 times a day, I believe. So that controlled the pain, and I drank a lot of water, and you will not feel like drinking and you will not feel like eating, but it's really, really important that you do. It helps heal the throat a lot quicker. There's this myth saying, you know, only eat soft food, only ice cream. Well, I've already said ice cream builds up mucus, but another thing is rough foods actually help break the mucus away. So the nurses recommended to have toast, and I did have some while I was in the hospital, even though it hurt a little bit. When I got home it hurt slightly more because I wasn't on as strong painkillers, but I was trying to have toast and some rough things, and I found that that really did help, and it made me eat a lot better. I wasn't just starving myself, putting myself on like liquid diet, so that was really good. It's now been 11 days? Yeah, 11 days since I had them out, and I'm feeling really, really good. I still feel the slightest bit of pain. It'd be like a 0.5 out of 10. And it's not really pain, it's just kind of like I can feel that they're not there now. But I'm still drinking a lot and making sure I still eat rough foods just to get that last bit away. Also, gum will be your best friend. Gum gets the saliva going, and the saliva just helps keep your throat moist, I guess, so that really helps. So I just got a big pack and would just chew on this all day. If I wasn't eating or drinking, I'd be chewing gum, and that helped so much. So if you guys are going to have your tonsils out, get yourself some packs of gum and keep chewing. Over the next week or so, my pain varied each day, but it really wasn't too bad. I would say I never went past 8. The first night I did have a proper sleep. I woke up the next morning, I was in a lot of pain, probably about 7 to 8, because obviously your throat's dry overnight when you don't drink, but you still need to get your sleep because your body needs it. So I just recommend, if you're really worried about that, maybe set an alarm to wake up every 2 or 3 hours and have a nice big drink and see how you go. But yeah, I was fine once I had my painkiller and I had an icy pole straight away, and it honestly wasn't too bad. You've just got to remember to keep on top of your Panadol and all your other medication as well. If you're a bit older and you're watching this and you've got no one to help you, what I found was really helpful was keeping my whiteboard updated with the times I took things and when I could take the next thing, and that really helped, because if you're really drowsy, you might think you're due medication a couple of hours before you're due, and that's when complications happen. So make sure that you eat rough foods, not just soft foods. Try and stay away from dairy because it does promote mucus buildup, and that really isn't nice. You'll find you're really phlegmy anyway and you'll be coughing it up. keep drinking. Drink a lot of water, it's so good. And try not to drink orange juice because I found that quite acidic and that started to really hurt. So just stick to water and maybe some flavoured water if you want, or something that's not very acidic, something that's not going to hurt. Especially things like lemonade, they really hurt. Even though I'd put it out so it was a bit flat, I still found that it really hurt on the back of my throat. So I recommend staying away from fizzy drinks for at least 7 days. And you should be okay after that, but obviously it varies for every individual. So yeah, try that, guys, see how you go. Also, along the days, towards the later stage of getting them out, you find that you are getting a lot of phlegm, coughing a lot of phlegm up. That's normal. You're getting rid of all the yucky stuff, so that's good. What I did was, because I was quite drowsy some days, I'd have a bowl by my bed and just put it in there, clean that out. I know it sounds really gross, but it's what you've got to do. Clean it out, use it again, keep chewing my gum, keep drinking, just all stuff like that. And eventually the scabs, they don't really look like scabs, they kind of just look like really thick mucus. They fall off, and that's when you know you're really nearly healed. They'll turn from like the mucus colour to a nice pink colour, and it will match sort of the inside of your cheeks, and yeah, you're pretty much good to go. So next Monday coming, I have an appointment with my ear, nose and throat specialist. He's going to see how it's all been going. And yeah, so I hope this video helped you. Just remember to stay hydrated, keep your throat nice and moist. Icy poles are the best. Stay on top of your pain and always keep track of your medication. It's really important. Hope this video helped you in some way, guys. It's just a short, quick video. So yeah, good luck if you're getting your tonsils out, and that was my experience. Bye, guys.